Alright, and as we fly out of this cavern here, this is where our little quick time lapse there ended. And this is where our next project is gonna start. We fly out here into the center. We'll see that this ocean, technically this is an ocean biome, is actually a massive lake surrounded by just huge cliffs almost completely around it. And so we decided this would be an absolutely lovely area to build our own custom island, which we have a rough outline right here, and also build ourselves a river village like the one from Avatar, The Last Airbender. I don't know if any of y'all have seen that, but that village I think is a pretty cool aesthetic. So that's what we're going to do here. We've got full 360 degrees of cliffs surrounding us. We're going to build a mysterious island here and then just build ourselves a village all throughout this lake. So if we pop on the map real quick, you can see the lake even better right here where we're at. And we can look through here, and this is the valley our path snaked up. And this is where we're going to put ourselves a little river ferry to take everyone out to the village in the lake that's technically an ocean biome. But, so I guess without further ado, let's finish this path. We've got 4 villages total. Sorry, not villages. We have 4 bridges total to build to complete it. So, we've got to get cracking. And let's hit that time lapse and get to building. Alright, so I realized I forgot to record this second part of the path being completed, but you can see the kind of path we're doing right here that I'm standing on, but, using the word but there a lot. Okay, so up this hill is where we'll build our first bridge here in a second in a time lapse, because I forgot to build the original one, or sorry, I forgot to record the original one we built. And so, yeah, it's just going to be right over that way, and it's going to look fantastic. And I won't have it textured by the end of the time lapse, but it does not matter because I still think even untextured, it looks great. I'm just going to kind of look at it for a while and choose how I want to weather it based on just the environment it's in. But this one here is going to be our second bridge. It's the second longest. And then as part of forgetting to record all of this path being built, I forgot to record this bridge being built. So let's start right over here on it and just get a quick look at what it is. It's a very simple diagonal bridge, and I think it really fits this heavily wooded area because if we look at the map, we are all surrounded by every single tree type except for acacia. And I guess now mangrove. But we'll update the server here in a bit to that. So let's continue all the way across here, and I'll talk to you about the next area where these paths connect to a second path. So right here we have a split in our path where we have 3 little spots come together. So let's turn around and look at it. This one right here, actually, we got a little baby and he's all kitted up. I got this. I'm gonna beat him. Oh, thanks for the grass. I don't need these. Okay, I don't want you either. So if we look at the map here, you can see this is the bridge we were just on. And just up a little windy path up here, we come to our intersection. And so with this intersection, it goes 2 ways. This is where we started, where I told you I had forgotten to record the building of this, goes that way. But this path here snakes slowly under the trees here. Gotta eat. That's enough to run. It snakes through this spruce little forest for a bit, then to an oak forest, and eventually on the far side you arrive into a plains. And so with this is going to be a path to another one of the villages we are going to build here eventually. And it's part of my overall plan for this place. With that, I guess I'll say that I plan on making every single village that naturally spawns and transforming that into just its own unique village. So the first one we'll come across in the area we're working on is right here. And like I said, it opens up into this plains biome here in just a second, after you meander through the trees, quite literally. But it opens up into this nice little plains biome. So again, if we pop into the map, you can see we got this whole on the edge of where some rivers and a big lake come together, and really right here and a little bit on this side just seem like a logical place to where a village would have formed over time. So we're going to use that, and that's why our path splits here. We're now here at the big chasm, I forget how you pronounce it, but we're at this big gap between where we have a river in between. So if we spin around and look at it, we can see we have this whole deep area, and I looked at it once and I thought this is going to be perfect for an epic bridge across. So now that we've gotten a ton of the path done, let's look at our map real quick. We can see we started way back here. So let's just have a real quick video of us building 1, 2, and 3 bridges real quick, and then we will finish up this path. So without further ado, I guess, let's get back to looking at me. Now let's build this bad boy. Oh boy, was that a lot of time lapsing. I hope you didn't get bored and I hope you're still there. But we have now finished all of the bridges connecting ourselves to our new area. There's a zombie coming after me, so let's take out him real quick. But we've now finished everything, and I am very happy with how they all look, especially on our map. If we look through here, we can see we've got a real quick small bridge here, a second bridge here, our third bridge here, and our fourth bridge there. And honestly, I tried really hard to do everything in a different style this go about, and I think they turned out great. Not a single one of them is a perfectly straight bridge. Some of them just have a couple curves like this one and the one on the other side of the mountain here, but the other two are pretty angled. And I think that was a neat challenge for myself here because I've never really done many bridges to begin with, but I've also never done many diagonal builds. I'm very much just on the four cardinal directions when I build. But I took on that challenge, and frankly, I think they turned out absolutely fantastic. So we have a little more path to do, but I'm not going to subject y'all to all of that because, well, you probably won't stay to watch the rest of the video. So I'm going to leave y'all right here and show y'all some exciting stuff. And this all happened before I'm recording this here. If I crouch real quick, you'll notice I'm still pretty speedy because that's right, we are now in 119. So I already have Swift Sneak on here. I already have gone and fought a warden, but let me just bring you to a recording of that and kind of tell you my thoughts on it. We wanted to explore 119. So we made our way to a peaks biome and found ourselves an ancient city in the deep dark. And frankly, it looks fantastic down here. As you can hear that ambiance in the background to it, those slight heartbeats. There's just a real amazing feel when you're in here. And it's just a great build. And unfortunately, my friend and I here, we summoned multiple wardens. As you can over here, that loud noise is the first one coming out of the ground. And boy, does it scare you when they actually do. But we just got that one going really summoned another. And I don't know, I was hidden on top by the reinforced slate portal up there the whole time, and I could just hear him sniffing me. And if you saw there in the background real quick, fall in again, we summoned a second one. So we had two wardens at the same time here, and it was terrifying. Mojang did incredible on this, and just look as we slowly pan around here, just how simple yet detailed the entire deep dark is. You've got pillars, you've got walkways, and the walkways are all covered by wool because the civilization used to live here knew how to keep the warden away. For a while at least, because eventually it came to their ruin. But eventually we made our way into the hidden redstone room there, but I'm not going to show you that because I want you to explore it and see what amazing stuff Mojang's adding into the game still. So, with that, come right back to the lake. And we're standing up here on the meteorite. So, a little lore background before we end this episode. This lake was I picture it being caused by a big meteorite strike. And so this obsidian here is going to be that meteorite, but it hit so hard, it just rippled the earth out and created those huge cliffs on the side and this deep lake. And eventually some magma and stuff started forming up. So it slowly grew this island over time. And it's just, I think this is an incredible location to continue our story of this world. And we've got just little features under the water, like maybe before the meteorite hit, there was an old small couple buildings around here that is, or just as people have come and gone here, ships have sunk in storms. I think there's a total of 2 shipwrecks here. Yep, there's the second one right there. But it's absolutely perfect in my mind. And I'm super excited to start this. I hope y'all are excited to follow me on that journey. But let's land up here, get one final view of this amazing place. I guess it's just a little out of render distance, so let's fix that. All right, and just like that, it is fixed. And you can see we have this amazing, amazing view all the way around. And I'm picturing that direction over there is where that ferry is going to be that I told you about, and where the path ends up that we just worked so hard on completing. And then right over here, I want to build my own custom little marsh there that's kind of seeping into the lake here, is the one area that didn't get rippled up from the strike. Water is slowly seeping out through the ground, so a lot of mud, a lot of dirt, a lot of just mangrove area, swampy area. And that's what I want to do with this whole place, is just fill it with tons and tons of ideas from my wild imagination. So I guess that is going to do us for today. But I appreciate everyone joining, and I hope y'all come next time. We start this island and we finish this village. Well, maybe not finish, probably just started as well. So I'll catch y'all then. Bye.